Okay, yeah, hi. We are now starting with the next part of cybersecurity training, and going forward, just wanted to know that have you all referred certain videos which I had already uh, given into the Google Drive link, and some of them are also having the YouTube link, right? So, is there any challenge or what part you have started, or is there anything you want to understand? And Shubhangi, how many sessions you have attended till now?
Two. This is my second session.
Okay, okay. Then, are you all referring to the recordings or are trying something, some of the concepts which are there? So we have started with the network security part first. So I guess some part of network security is very essential, that is required to be understood, and for cyber security, because it starts with the packet and the network. So for that, it is essential that everyone should know what is the protocol model and related to 7-layer architecture, then TCP IP model, and then what are the network components. So network component were included all the types of switches, firewalls, routers, what are they, how do they work, and then finally how the placing of the networks are done. So that is also required. Okay, so continuing to that, we also came to physical security as well. So um, overall, every time we have to always understand that cybersecurity means these three pillars, that is CIA, that is confidentiality. You have to make sure that particular person is getting the service, or the one who is addressed, any machine or any individual should be able to access, only that access should be given to that particular person only. So confidentiality deals with what, the it is basically deals with password, identity and other things, and if that is ensured, then definitely that can be achieved. Second is integrity. Integrity deals with how exactly your messages or the packet or the communication is going on, and that should be integrated. So integrated means what? It is always you have to understand that there should not be any man in the middle, or any kind of alteration or any kind of issues in between. There should not be any altering or any other thing. So that is called as integrity. Okay, so another word for the integrity is nowadays is actually called as end-to-end encryption. So end-to-end encryption, how will you achieve it? Whether it is IP security, whether it is VPN, or whether it is any other means by which you are ensuring that whatever messages are going out from this device is totally encrypted. Maybe if it is using internet, it will be using TLS security 1.2 or above. So your messages will be highly encrypted, and then it will be reaching to the destination, and only destination person with their public key can open or can see. So that is integrity. And availability is the very important aspect, because every service whatever we are promising through cyber security, everything that should be available at any point of time, so that one can access at any point, or one can get the services at any moment. So that is called as availability. For that we can use different services, or nowadays people are using cloud services, so that they can have full availability and full scaling as well. So availability doesn't mean only availability of the resource, it is also related to how fast or how well your resources can be successfully accessed. Because accessing, when there is a single thing, let's say there is a single router, in our family or at our home, then how many people together can send or receive their data without any collision or without any issues, without getting network down, without getting router in flood of packets. So if that is about to happen, it may be possible that router, if having the capability of scaling up, so it can scale up its power, its processing, its memory, its networking, its network defense. Same thing is happening through cloud services also. So that is why public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, all those open cloud, whatever are there, every cloud is meant for the same purpose, which will ensure the availability along with the confidentiality as well as the integrity, right? So these are the things related to CIE. Always understand that it is very important part. So if I'm just looking here at week wise, so we had this OSI, TCP, IP, network security got covered. Then we started with the SOC, that what are the components, then how security operation centers are working, and how exactly you will be able to protect the system. Then there is a web security. Web security is related to where will you place your servers, whether it is DMZ type or non-DMZ type. If it is DMZ type, then you have what protection you have to take. If it is non-DMZ, then you have to make sure it is not internet facing, like database, like application server, uh, and some these kind of services which are essential, but they are actually using the APIs. Okay, so APIs are actually communicating in between, but that server will be behind the internet. And then we started with the data, not data security. First, we started with the information security. So information security we completed. Cloud security, I'm keeping it for this IAM, identity type. And then we had some CS, cyber security best practices and compliance regulators, that what are the HIPAA, GDPR, and PCI DSS, the what are the standards across the globe which are valid in cyber security. Because if somebody knows about this, that is what is uh, HIPAA, GDPR. So GDPR was European standards, which is for data protection or rights, public rights for internet, where your data should not leave your country. Some and many other restrictions are there. Then there is HIPAA, that is for health data or health related data of everyone, maybe patients or anyone who is doing any diagnostics. So it is mandatory from every nation that they should adhere to this HIPAA model. Then there is PCI DSS, that is payment card service interface. So here also whatever payment gateways are there, maybe PayPal, from any other Visa, Mastercard, or RuPay, whatever payment gateways are there, they should adhere to this PCI DSS model, so that pro- whatever card you are using there, that identity is totally safe and it is highly encrypted. So these are the different compliance and regulatory norms. Along with that, there is ISO standards. So there is ISO standard 27001. Okay, so that is for general information security management policy. So ISMS policy is there. Then there is 27002 is there. Then ISO 27000, 17, and 27018, all these are also there. So these are the for cloud. So how your data is protected in the cloud, what norms cloud provider should follow, what norms cloud users must follow. So all these things are there. So likewise, similarly nowadays there is standards for IoT devices as well. There is a ISO standard for AI security or AI based application also. So everyone should follow this ISO standard while going forward. So the person who is having the knowledge in all these things, they should be knowing what are the rules, laws, and how exactly they are bounded by the particular nation, what is their particular region boundary, how exactly they are going to share the data, what is the endpoint norms for each of them. Also, that helps into what? These are helping into auditing. So the person who is actually looking for the audit profile, cyber security auditor, like CISA, and CISA based certifications. So for all those purpose, one can go for all these details. So this is how you have to have some understanding that what is GDPR, HIPAA model. I'm not asking to go in very much detail that how many sections are there, how many controls are there in the each section, and what is the latest ISO 27001 2022 um, controls and set of things. But every one must know what are these features and what protection is taken by these different norms or standards. So that is what is required over here. So best practices, compliance, regulations, and in the risk management, we have to publish the report whenever you assess any situation, any network, any server, any there, you have to prepare a report. So the report, how exactly report is prepared, what controls are mentioned, then you have to mention which ports are open, and then what are the associated risk with that port, and then how remedy can be given, that also you have to include in the report. So risk management is also another very good profile which is again present in the field of cyber security. People are there as a risk manager. They are having most of the time this part task is also taken care by the CISO of the particular organization, even CTO. So these various roles are there, and one can start from auditing side, from risk management side, from third party risk management side. So various parts are there. Then we started with the physical security. So physical security is what? Wherever your server is located, how will you ensure the security part of it? What should be the protocol over there? And what environmental, that particular geolocation, or whatever is the current location of that, which services will be should be offered, all those details, everything should be there, which protocols are to be followed, and in the case of emergency what code is to be followed. So everything is coming under physical security. So physical security is also a vast kind of thing, but as a cyber security expert, everyone should just know the protocols whatever are associated with the physical security. Then we are into cyber threat intelligence, threat landscape and intelligence. So cyber threat land and threat intelligence. These two are the topics that we should actually study in combination. So you have to know what is your threat landscape or what is your attack surface area. So let us discuss that for today. Okay. So landscape and attack surface. So, is there any difference between landscape and attack surface? Can anyone highlight what is the meaning of both of them? What do we understand from this term landscape? So, cyber security threat landscape. So, threat landscape means what? what we understand threat landscape and attack surface. Threat landscape means it is the scope of the threat. Means what are the length and breadth of the threat, whatever threats are there. Okay, so applicability, right? Second one is attack surface. What is attack surface? So attack surface may have different kind. So what is attack surface? Any single attack surface, can you all remember? If anyone can highlight what could be the attack surface. So if I am having a server located at my place, then what would be the attack surface over there? So it is totally or everything related from firewall to switches to servers to entire network, etc. So wherever is the weakness, wherever is the loophole or flaw or security flaw, that can be exploited. So attack surface is also rising nowadays. Okay, it is rising with tech. So as technology is evolving, attack surface is also evolving. Earlier there was no means when I talk about attack, so that is generally launched by red teaming, red team. So they generally attack. Then there is defense. So defense part is played by blue team. There is a cybersecurity team which is called as blue team or assessment team, who are actually responsible to assess these attack surface and try to mitigate all the situations and remediate whatever is possibility, so that attack cannot happen or teaming cannot be done. And then there is a few more teams are there, they are related to, one is like both, so both are actually coming under purple team. So these are the different kind of terminologies which can be used in cybersecurity. So whether you are into defense attack or the organization is having both. So like antivirus, intrusion detection software, intrusion prevention softwares. In that we need the people who are having the skills of attack. They should know how to do red teaming so that they can find out the vulnerabilities or they can find out the issues related to everything. Okay, so this is related to attack and vulnerability. So like lot of things are there related to attack vulnerability, so we have to make sure that we have proper threat intelligence. So what is threat intelligence? Threat intelligence is coming from various sources, reputed sources. So like OS top 10, then there is CISA, then there is other sites, reputed sites like cert. So for respective country, it is code is there. Cert US, cert India, cert Australia, cert UK, like that. Then there is another like who are actually giving bleeping computer. This is another resource, etc. There are a lot of. So Nowadays there are a lot of softwares which uses this threat intelligence, and they prepare list from various sources, and then associated CV and CWE IDs. So all these things are associated. OWASP has declared recently their top 10. Okay, so uh, last time it was there in 2019, and there was in 2022, and now it is there in 2025. So OS top 10 issues, everything can is discussed. So every cyber security professional or person must know these terminologies. How do they collect the threat intelligence? Because if you don't know what are the issues or which IPs are actually creating the issues worldwide, and what are the common vulnerabilities, what are the common tactics and tricks and procedures. In short, we call them as TTP. So TTPs, tactics, tricks, and procedures. So all those things are, everything should be accounted for. So there are softwares like IDS, intrusion detection and intrusion prevention softwares. They are actually using these threat intelligence, like our firewall, like CDN, so CloudFront. So there are various resources which are using this intelligence, and they are making network more stronger, more prone to the attack, sorry, more immune with the attack. As technology is increasing, so threat is also rising. Okay, so um, do you all know that what is West top 10? Because in one session I had done that, but let us know if. Yeah. Am I audible? Can you tell? Do you know what is threat OS top 10? That is the very first place where we have to look for the threat intelligence. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get to it. So OS top 10 is nothing but an organization which is actually a non-profit organization, and serving to entire globe with their intelligence and threat collection, so that every cybersecurity firm or everyone knows that how exactly this is working. Okay, so currently it is saying that current OS top 10 project is underway, and it will be published in September. As of September, it will be in the first half of the 2025. Data collection is now in progress. So every 3 years, they are revising the OS top 10 open source threat intelligence, and the body which is there. So let us see how exactly latest top 10 OS. So till now, next new list gets generated The earlier ones which are already published are these. So in 2017, we had these kind of top 10 issues which are there for the attack simulations. But now, see, in 2021, this has changed, and in 2025, this will again change. So that is again underway, and it will be available, okay, in 2025. So what is the top 10 means first top 10 high issues which are there for the hacking purpose or red teaming purpose. So very first one is this, that is broken access control. That is the very first one which is available, broken access control. Second is the cryptographic failure, like encryption is not proper. Third one is SQL injection or injection technology, which is vulnerability, which can create the issues in the database. So earlier it was there as if very first thing, because that time database were evolving, and now see, it has gone to third place. In 2017 it was there in onto the first place. So same way here you, now there are some new also. So the new one which has been introduced as at fourth level, fourth position, is actually called as insecure design. So whenever you design any network, you architect any cloud service, you try to design any landing zone, or you try to create any infrastructure, then how is your design? If that is not secured enough, you have not used proper Bayesian technique or any other method, then your design may have some flaw, and that can be exploited later in the real time for any whatever, like there are lot of issues or attacks are out there into the onto the web. Fifth part is related to security misconfiguration. Nowadays we are observing lot of issues like Oracle data breach, that was a security misconfiguration and outdated components. So fifth and sixth is also likely to be very vulnerable. So it is vulnerable and outdated components. If you are using any old dated software, you have not used proper patching of it, you have not installed the latest update, so it may be exploited by some of the issues which are there. Similarly, identification and authentication failure. These are the new because of LDAP, Active Directory, and if I talk about cloud identity, all these things are related. Earlier it was on to number two. Now it has shifted to number seven. And then at number eight place, again one more is added, which one is software and data integrity failure. So many times software integrity is not proper checked, data integrity is not properly checked at the receiving end, and it may contain some issues. So already I have told you confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So integrity is one of the part of it. So securely software and data integrity is very important. Integrity means there should not be any alteration in between, like man in the middle or any other issues. Then see here again some are rising over here, that is 9.1 A9. So A9 in 2021 is actually security logging and monitoring failures. Logging and monitoring failures, the last two are actually coming from the survey. From lot of survey they got to know that there is no proper monitoring, there is no proper security logging in at various places in various organizations, and if any incident happens, they are unable to find the root cause. So whenever any incident happens, every time people are finding the root cause analysis, a document is to be prepared which is called as root cause analysis. So for that purpose, you should have the logs of last 3 months, maybe last 6 months, maybe last 1 year, as per the policy of your organization. And monitoring failure. Monitoring failure means real time incident if it is happening. Any anomaly is there in the system, that is also not being taken care of. So these are the issues related. Then third, tenth one, last one is related to Again, it is a new one which has been introduced. Earlier it was not there. Earlier there was cross site scripting, that is called as XXS. Now it is SSRF. SSRF is server side request forgery. That is another very trending, and till date lot of happenings, lot of issues has been observed by using this SSRF. People are trying to write the scripts and making lot of issues and forgery, and users are not able to identify that, and they end up giving their password or credentials for their system or for their server, for their repositories. So these are the issues related to that. Okay, so every time you have to keep referring this uh, OS top 10. Okay, so new OS top 10 is about to come. So whenever you go for any interview or any security related, if you are going to report, going for any security related profile or cyber security profile, so you should be knowing what are these top 10 OS, and which category is now there. Okay, so this is how you should know. You have to do this. Okay, so moment you go for these OS top 10, you will know what are the recent issues and how will you um, address them. So all the details are there for each of the issues. You can go into detail just clicking on that. And let's say I want to find SQL injection or injection technique. So what are the CVs, what is the max incident rate, what are the average incident rate, and how exactly this is done, how will you prevent it, that is, that may be mitigation or maybe any proper remediation can be given. So these things are there. Okay, so that is one thing. Second is related to CVE, IDs. So that is common vulnerability exposures. So again, this is standard place where you can refer the different CV IDs and issues. So whenever you use any scanning tool, they provide you the CVE. Okay, so what are their CV program and how exactly CVs are uh, created? What are the current CV issues, and which are the different uh, bodies which are utilizing CVEs? Let's say if I'm saying cert in. So certain is for India. Similarly, it is for the US, for the UK. So as you can see, these are the websites which for every country there are certain cert websites. So cert websites are actually related for this uh, computer emergency response. So here also, if you can see, there is a CVE ID. Okay, so certain has generated certain CVID. Even recently, see on May 29, some new vulnerability has been reported. What are their new vulnerabilities? It is associated this. So see, CVID is there. It is in 2025, and ID number is 104. Original issue rate was there, which softwares are affected, and what is their severity rating. So severity rating is very high. There could be high, critical, medium, low. So if it is critical, you have to address within a day. If it is high, you have to address within a week or within 2 days, related to your attack surface or your landscape. So what are that? One is Versa software, which is for the SD-WAN orchestration platform, all versions of 11.4.x. All those versions have been affected, and immediate solution, what should be the solution, that is also provided over here. You have to use this on the standard website of that company. They have provided their solutions, how exactly you will do and how exactly you will um, do the remediation. Similarly, see, CVID name is there, so you have to, these are the issues which has been associated with this flaw. So this flaw is having these issues. What are these? Even you have 25, 26, 27, these are the issues reported. So if you are going to CVID, so this is again Mitre, another non-profit organization which is again publishing the CVEs. MITR, MITRE, that is Mitre. Again, it is related to standardizing the things. So CVID is showing that this particular IV has the common vulnerabilities issues which are related to this. Again, all the details will be available here. So these are the standards from where we are going to collect the latest issues, latest problems related to cyber security. Similarly, here see the Fortinet project products. So the routers and the switches which are there again for Fortinet. See, the Microsoft products are also having multiple vulnerabilities. Similarly, for cyber security threats for business industries. So, like there are a lot of uh, different bodies which are there who are going to address these issues, and you have to keep an eye on that. So keeping an eye on these things is not that much possible manually. So that is why we are using certain softwares and threat intelligence softwares which are having all these. So one of the very common website which everyone uses are actually blipping computer. So blipping computers are actually a very vast community which are actually publishing a lot of issues related how exactly this happened. Articles are there related to see what is the defend against the scattered spider latest TTPs tactics, tricks and procedures for 2025. How hackers are using finding out the critical flaws. How AI is used for red teaming or exploitations. So all these details are there. Okay, so these are the websites which you have to keep on referring as a cyber security analyst, and you have to generate the threat intelligence by using certain softwares. Some popular things are there that you can also go and utilize. Some tools are there. Even you can download certain browser, check whether your browser is compromised or not, or some other softwares are there. Then VPN related things are there. And one more I'll just show here is that is called as total virus. So this is another very famous websites which are actually used for IP scanning and URL scanning, or you can search any file that you can upload. So let's say I want to see, let's say in my organization or in my system, it is showing there is one IP 23.28.100.110. This is one of the IP. I don't know what is that IP, but I just know that this IP is continuously showing up in my system or in my assessment or in my threat intelligence software, and I am continuously getting multiple requests from this. So how do I check whether it is legitimate IP or any issue is there? So I'll just use this into These are the standardized. There is IP scan, there are different things. So it will give you the IP scan abuses, that how many say this IP is belonging to US, and this is related to this particular internet provider, and it is belonging to this particular IP range or cedar range. And see, these are the different websites which can report whenever there is any malicious issues are there, or this IP is not good, or any other issue are there. So all these things are related to it. Let's say 123 dot 90 dot 100 dot 26. So again it is from China, and this IP is again not um highlighted that it is used for any malicious purpose. So all these IPs which are malicious or creating issues, all those IPs are actually called as they are coming under IOCs, that is indicators of the compromise. So we have to make sure that those IPs are blocked in my system, blocked at fire level at my organization. Then only we are able to protect from this. If you allow these IPs to get inside, then there are the lot of issues can happen related to that, right? So this is okay. So is there any thing that you want to ask, or are you because everyone has to refer this, so is there anything you want to ask, any doubt, please let me.
Hello, sir. So I want to ask something. Hello, I'm audible? Hello,
Pardon? Yeah.
I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
So actually, for this cybersecurity, everything is new for me. I'm from networking background.
Right, right,
So it's like networking. We start from our scratch from switches, routers,
right.
and all networking device, right?
Hmm.
So I'm not getting that point. So where do I start from for this cybersecurity?
Okay, okay, no problem. So see, we have to follow maybe any plan, okay, related to cyber security. So this is our plan that we are going to explore now. So this is how you have to go. See, you already know what are the networking device. So you can go to what is OSI ISO model, like application, what are the different 7 layer architecture, uh, like from physical layer, data link layer, what is their role. Then there is TCP IP model. So these introduction part is enough for that. Then network security. So network security, you might be familiar, you might have heard all those terminologies, that what are things are there, how exactly router is working, how exactly switches are working, how, what is the role of firewall, how does it generate the issues and all. So all these things, you means you have to follow some guideline or some protocol. So my suggestion is that let us go through these things. So if you keep on referring these things, then you will connect the dots later on, and you will understand that what exactly are there, because these are the curated topics which are only means suitable to cyber security from basic to advanced. So for that
Okay.
purpose, we have to use you can go for all these topics first. So if you know that I know bit of networking, so start with
Yeah.
OSI TCP, then go for what are the network security components, how exactly network security is essential, and then how if any issues are there, how are they monitored. So they are monitored by using SOC. So security operation center. Then what is web security? Social engineering awareness. It is common part that we will come to know even later part as well. Then what is information security? In the data security, I have given session on encryption and hashes, and which technology is used to encrypt the messages and all. One practice link is also third party website link I have shared. And cloud
So
security.
that link,
Hmm.
I
Yeah, that link is I'll repost if you want again in the group, or maybe you if you can ping, I'll share with you also. So it is there, no problem. So whatever is there, no, everything is available there. Only we have to set or align our proper structure, that how
Sir,
exactly we should follow. That is all. Yes.
so
hello.
I was confused like that YouTube link was not like a recording link like which you give the
Hello.
class, not that one. That one is the drive and plus YouTube links, right?
No, no, it is a drive. Drive is the main source. Actually, that
Uh-huh.
is now they means from the Guru school. They said that do not share the drive link. But I have shared drive link because there was some delay happening in the
Yeah,
Guru school because they were doing some migration. Because of that, it was taking time to generate the YouTube link. So because of that, I had provided already all the recordings in one single drive folder. Otherwise, same drive data is converted into the YouTube link. So in
yeah,
YouTube link
okay.
you will find first 6 sessions that is on to YouTube also. But for our batch, I have already shared into the group in the folder. So even you can refer those recordings.
Yeah, so
Even
that drive
yeah,
folder I already like
Hello.
downloaded that 10
yeah,
classes.
yeah, yeah, Shubhangi, I can hear you. Yeah, just go ahead. Hello. Okay, you are not audible. Actually, there may be some mic issue related to it. So I'm saying that follow any single plan. Okay, that will work. Just you have to use go. Let's say if I'm having these topics, so let us go by those topics. So that is yeah. So these are the websites which we have to continuously utilize. Okay, first is how this. What is OWASP's top 10? Like what are the top 10 issues or top 10 risks which are highlighted globally, and what is their ranking? Which issue is on the top? Then CVID, there is a website which gives us the CVE. Then there are the CERT computer emergency response team, even for all the countries. Okay, so let's say CERT for I talk about. So US CERT is also there. Okay. So again, US CERT is also providing the threat intelligence, that how exactly which website you have to follow, how exactly you will go, and where do you log in. So see, it is. So again, advisory will come here also. Country-wise advisories are coming. So what are the new issues? What are the new tactics and issues? How will it utilize? And what are the new threats which are evolving? How will you use this? What are the different things? Even you can refer these sites for some more informations as well. For India, there is CERT in. For US, there is US CISA. Then CVE is Mitre. There is one organization named Mitre. So in that also you have common vulnerability enumeration. That is CVE. Every this body is actually identifying the new threats and making the CVE record for that. So whenever any exploit you want to refer, you can use this CVE ID for that. So this is one of the CVE ID. It was CVE, Common Vulnerability Enumeration. In the year of 2025, it was identified, and its number is 34,025. Till date, these are the number of CV records already available. So there are like lot of uh, rules. How do they create the rules when they discard the CV? How do they onboard the new CV? And then some other websites like Blipping Computer, they are providing you up to date things. What are the new flaws, new issues? What are the problems happening? What are the different tactics and play? So if you even refer that, you will get lot of information related to, and some new terminologies will come. See how exactly these issues are addressed, and what are the different use cases are there, what are the resources. So in every such websites, if you go to resources, you will find lot of webinars, lot of videos, lot of ebooks, podcast, resource center, library center. As per our requirement, we can even browse through that also. Okay, cyber security is just not a single thing, single ppt or something. We can find out anything. And if you know that any ip is there, but you are not sure whether this ip is good or bad, or if it is in creating any issue in your system, you simply come to this particular website and scan your, put your ip here, and you will find all the related issues, from which country does it belong to, and then what that is public ip, then exactly what are the other bodies who have reported that this ip is not good or something like that. So
So, can you
yeah,
repeat? You are telling about which website?
yeah, that is one is bleeping computer. I virus total is for ip scan, and bleeping computer is for uh, this latest issues related to that. Even there are a lot of tutorials available and other things are there. How do we have to go through each of them? You follow any one guideline, and let us follow our ppt's guideline itself. So we have to make sure that we are using see this, these are the iso layer and osi. So if you know this topic, simply you can find, use any um, a resource, online, offline, whatever you want. You can go to, for this particular topic wise, you can search it out. Not even our recording, you can go beyond any this recording or any other resource you can refer, and everywhere you will get the same thing, same answer. And then you will be able to automatically make the connect the dots and analyze it, that what are the essential things what we should be knowing. So as a cyber security professional, we should be knowing that what is tcp udp model, and then how exactly we are going to utilize it. So my suggestion is that always refer these topics, and try to find out the resources where whichever one wherever whichever you find it very comfortable to read on, to go forward. Okay, so this is how we should prepare. Okay, how exactly soc is operating, what are the things they are taking into the consideration. So see, the topic of today is threat intelligence. So it is actually referring the threat intelligence also. Means you, it should know that what are the different ips that we need to block. So ip rating you can check on here, what are the new issues you can check here, cvid you can check here. So this is how threat intelligence is uh, collected. There are a lot of other um, organizations who have created the software, and they are using that for threat intelligence. So nowadays, whatever new next generation firewalls are there, whatever next generation switches are there, next generation other things are there, so they all are using this threat intelligence. They already know if any packet is coming from this particular IP, we should not allow them, we should block them at very first level itself. And similarly, what are the other issues and this, so similar, so how the now the question is, how will you know that how which IPs are there in your system? How do you know that which ports are open in your system? On your server, what are the different issues available? And as a best practice, what should be open to the internet and what should be closed or hidden from the internet? So if you want to know all those things, you should know how to do network scanning, how to do port scanning, how to do your application scanning. So very first part what comes in the threat intel or security operation center or blue team, that is assessment team, defense system. So everywhere we have to use certain tools which can help us to scan our network and find out what are the issues related to our network. And that is possible through various tools. One of the tool that I have already covered, that was called as um, packet capturing tool, packet capturing software. We have we had one tutorial on Wireshark. So I had already posted the video link of that. YouTube link is there already. Many of them have already uploaded good videos which will give you lot of understandings, step by step guidance. Even you can follow the same in your uh, system also. So that is some packet capturing tool you have to utilize. So one of the best tool is Wireshark. So Wireshark was the first tool that we had utilized. Now for the network scanning, we can utilize this particular software which is called as Metasploit. This is very famous open source tool which is named as Metasploit. Metasploit is actually doing the network scanning, and when it does the network scan, it can give you a lot of findings related to what are the uh, common issues, what are the ports which are open. Okay, so our today's actually activity is related to Nmap. Nmap is another open source tool which is actually by default present into Kali Linux. So I have already told you how to install Kali Linux in your system, but always use VirtualBox for that, sandbox that, so that if anything goes wrong, you can delete directly without affecting your computer or your host system, maybe your Mac or Windows. So whenever you want to do any scanning, active scanning, you can use the Nmap as a tool. Before that, there is a Metasploit. Then what is Kali Linux? So Kali is one of the Linux built operating system which is related to the these kind of things only. Means related to ethical hacking, red teaming, blue teaming, purple teaming, and how to launch different attacks, how to understand your network, how will you simulate your network, how will you find the issues related to your network and vulnerabilities. Okay, so what is Kali already? It is a destros. It is not a hacking tool. It is not a penetration testing tool, but it has over 600 pre-installed tools which are actually having lot of long list. You can use that. It is free and open source. Lot of things you can find it here as free. Metasploit is one of the framework that you can install it there and you can utilize. So how does this framework uh, works? So it is nothing but an open source fork which is provided by one Rapid7, and if you install that, the process is there. Then you have to use, let's say, run system control Postgres SQL start. So yeah, it should exit and then you can start checking your database. When it will check the database, it will find out what are the issues related to your database. What are the, even you can do it for basic port scanning. Okay, so port scanning can be done. It is passive scan, like yeah, you can scan it for not in the real time, yeah, afterward as well. It can give you HTTP responses. It can analyze TCP IP signature. So that is why I was asking that in the network part you should know what are 7 layers, ISO model and TCP IP model. So many open source body has decided that person whoever is going to use the internet or design any network, they should follow this TCP IP model suit, so that they should follow some standard. Okay, so that is what is this IP model is, and internet is also working on to that only. Then how to do active scanning? So if you want to do active scanning, you have to use this nmap tool. So what is this nmap tool? It is network mapper. It is very open source, but a very important tool, and very much useful as well. You can get it from its standard website which is there. Even you can download directly in your Kali or any other, even Ubuntu, even Windows, anywhere. Okay, then there are a lot of services which are offered. You can find out which services are available in your system. See, every time you have to use this command line interface terminal. You have to use the terminal only, because at the server we don't have this kind of desktop GUI. Our user interface is not like that onto the server. On server we have only console, a black screen with the blinking cursor, and you have to type this command, you have to fire this query over there, and it will do that thing. So that is why onto the server we don't want to do any browsing. We have to launch some commands. So that is why it is blank, and 90% of places servers are having Linux based servers only, like SUSE, like others which are there. So Windows Server 2019 2022 are there, but other than that, everywhere we are using this Linux operating system based servers only. So we can use the different tools. Similarly, there is Xprobe 2, another tool. Mass Scan is also very famous for that. So there are various tools which are available for the scanning purpose. So moment you scan your network or the given network, then only you will understand that which ports or which issues are there in my system, and then you can check out what, how will you avoid that issues, what is the current means immediate basis, how will you stop that, that is called as uh, mitigation, and then how will you close that issue permanently, that will be called as remediation. So I'll just use one YouTube video resource over here, which is actually showing how to use the um, nmap tool. Okay, I'll share you this link as well, but just understand. So this is what a Kali tool is installed already. So let's say you have an operating system with the Kali Linux installed on it. So this kind of window you will get into the Kali. Okay, and a console you will get like this. Then first of all, this is how it is, a demo is shown that one network is having Windows PC and another is having Kali Linux. I want to scan this Windows PC via that Kali, so that I can know what are the ports open for that. Let's say if I want to know the IP address of my own system, I have to use this command called as IP config or IP ADDR address. So it will give me the IP address. So see, we have got the IP address over here. Okay. So 192.168.165.8, this is actually local IP.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, you're sharing something, so I'm
Okay.
not visible.
Is it not visible?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Actually, I was showing some YouTube link over here. Okay, if it is not there, just a minute. Okay, I'll reshare. I think sharing would have been stopped. Are you able to see this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you saw this Kali Linux and other things which I had explained, this Metasploit and all? This screen was visible at that time or not?
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
okay,
Not
okay.
at all.
So this is another link which I'll share, which is related to how will you do the port scanning. Port scanning means in your operating system, whatever communication is being done, that is done through a port. So every time there are specific ports. There are in every operating system there are 65,536 ports. Okay. Out of that, 0 to 1000 ports. First to 1000 ports are called as recognized port. So I had already taken one session on two ports. Okay, so we can refer that also. So recognized ports are means they're registered ports. So they are meant for specific purpose. Let's say if you want to um, just simply use the internet services. So in your operating system, whatever data packets will come or go from your device, they will come through which port number 443 and port number 80. If you are using HTTPS, so you here you will get here your web browser is saying what, this HTTPS. Can you see this S is connect associated with HTTP on the address bar I have highlighted. Can you see this cursor?
Yes.
Okay, so HTTPS means secured HTTP. It is actually making the query onto port number 443. So in our operating system, port number 443 is utilized for this browser, this particular thing. And even if you click on there, it will show that your connection is secure. If your connection is secure, it means it is using proper TLS, transport layer security. And if you can see, certificate is also valid. So there are certain bodies which are generating the certificate for internet. IANA has given them permission. So they share the certificates. When you use your own websites, you want to make it secure, you have to purchase the certificate. If you won't purchase the certificate, maybe your website provider will have that certificate with those from that organization. So if you click on this certificate valid, it will give you all the details that what is the common name, star.github.io. This certificate is valid for any websites which is having anything. Star means anything, but in the tail part it is .github.io. So that is called as common name. Then who has issued this? There is a company named Sectigo RSA Domain Validation Secure CA. Okay. When was this issued? 7 March 2025 it was issued. When will it expire? 8 March 2026. After 8 March, if they will not renew, then port 443 will not have secure communication. It will come back to port number 80, and then the certificate error will come, and maybe the resources which are there, they might be accessible, or there are certain security issues. These are the certificate SHA, okay, hashing numbers, which is after encryption. So directly we cannot show the numbers, we will show the encrypted value, and we can till date we are not able, we won't be able to decrypt that. But whatever information will come to my computer or my browser can decode that information by using this public key. So this public key is actually utilized to decode everything. So till my network, this website, what content is coming in this website, what is there, that will not be accessible if any other person is using. Only I can decode over here. This is what is the meaning of it. So I was just showing that there is a very powerful tool called as Metasploit. Again, it is open source tool. You can install that and you can run network scanning from there. Then similarly, there is another powerful tool called as Net Nmap. So we are in industries, people are using this Nmap, that is called as network mapper. And as a cyber security analyst, everyone should know how Nmap works, because these are the basic tools which are utilized to understand which ports or which gates are open in my operating system. Like in your home, let's say you have 10-15 entry gates, then you have to make sure that which entry gates are common, which entry gates are private, which entry gates are vulnerable. So accordingly, here also in operating system we have to make sure that the ports which I am using, they're safe and secure. So there are certain ports which are very vulnerable. We should not let them open to the internet, otherwise attack can happen. We should only open one port towards the internet, that is port 443, and one port 80, which is for the local internet or intranet. So that is how. But how will I understand that whether there is anything or not? So this is how we have to use this nmap tool. Okay, so nmap tool will give us the uh, idea that which ports are open in my system or in my server, or wherever I have hosted something. So for that I am just playing one video over here. This link I'll post you. This is a very good video. So see this video, they are using this Kali tool, and in the Kali tool we can use this IP as the command line, or we can use IP config, and with that I have got one IP address. So whenever you want to scan anything, you should know the IP address of that system first of all. So first of all, I want to know what is IP address of my own system. So if you are using uh, Linux system, you have to use IP config, and if you are using a Windows tool, you can use, sorry, for Linux ifconfig, for Windows ipconfig. Alternatively, one can use ipaddr as well in the Kali Linux. Okay, so let us forward this video and understand how exactly nmap is working, how this tool was utilized. This is just a small demo that I'm showing over here. So see, first I have pinged this website, and we have got this in the Windows PC. This is switching between the Windows and the Linux PC, so that I can know I want to scan this Windows PC by using my Linux operating system. Means from Linux, see, you can scan any IP address. Okay, so let's say I have got one IP address. Now I want to use this Linux operating system to scan the Windows operating system. So I have to first utilize my IP address and this tool which is called as nmap. So can you see the command which is being typed there at the bottom? That is nmap space minus sp, that is service port, all the ports I want to scan, which is in the range of this IP address. IP address starts from 165.0 and it can go up to 165.255.255. Okay, so slash 24 is what? This is the range of IP address. that within this there may be around, let's say, uh, 200 or 100 IP addresses are there. So I want to scan all of them. So if I just use that, see what I'm having. This is one of the information that I'm getting. You can do it for any IP address you have encountered. So see, this is nmap over here. It is saying that there is one virtual Oracle toolbox is running there. Okay. Similarly, in the Window PC, there is a software installed called as Metasploit, same as nmap. We are using Metasploit now in the Windows. Again, if I use nmap over there, I can again scan the IP address. So this is the very first thing what every red teamer or every hacker, ethical hacker is about to do. They first scan the IP address, and from the scanning they will come to know which are the ports open on your system. And once they know the ports open, and if they are vulnerable port, then they can launch some kind of known attacks, and accordingly they can exploit or trying to get in your system. Okay, so there are the last line says the 256 IP addresses were there, and 5 hosts are up, means 5 computers are on in that particular IP address. Let's say I want to scan for this particular. So I have started dash st. There are various options available in nmap. One is s minus sp, that is service which are running. Second, there is st. There are different codes which are there. Then there is dash p. So lot of commands are there with respect to nmap. So see nmap tool, again I have used one st tool. So it is showing that what is there. See this nmap scan report. It is saying that how many many are ignored, and then there is dot 3 that is used. And see dot 6. Can you see the dot 6 wala? Yes. So when I do any scanning, this scan is done for one of the IP address, and I have got this result. Okay. So can you see the table which is there? One is port, second is the state, and third is the service. Which port is there? Port number 21 slash TCP, means it is the port number is 21, which is actually one of the port utilized, and it is actually using TCP protocol, means how exactly your uh, end-to-end connection is made via which protocol. So there is two protocol always. One is either TCP or UDP. So that is what we have to study from the network actually. What is TCP and what is IP protocol. So port number 21 from TCP protocol, and state is open. This is not good actually. This is very vulnerable. And services which is offered through that port is actually FTP. So FTP server means file transfer protocol. So file can be transferred via that port. That is the meaning of it. So we have to make sure that it is not open from internet side. Otherwise anyone can use some uh, flaw in our system and can get in from this particular port. Okay, so that is port number 20. Second, which port is open? Port number, do you know which port is open? The second port.
22.
Port 22 is very important port. This is used for login purpose. Let's say your server is onto the cloud, AWS cloud or Azure cloud. You want to log in from your computer. So you have to use this service called as secure shell, which is called as SSH. So it is again open. That should not happen unless justified. So only for particular IP it should be open, not for everyone. Similarly, there is port number 23. This is for telenet purpose. Telenet means virtual desktop, means I can see your desktop, I can control your desktop from my computer. The softwares like Teamweaver, the softwares like um, AnyDesk. So that kind of thing can happen. And this is unsecured port, means there is no encryption. So this should be avoided always. Then there is port number 25 is also found to be open, who is offering SMTP, that is simple mail transfer protocol. So mail for sending and receiving the email, this port is actually open, but this should be accessible to your respective service. Let's say your Outlook, your Gmail, like that. Then there is a 53. Port 53 is actually for the domain, means what we have DNS. So that is open, no problem. Then port number 80, which is for HTTP, for web browsing, but it is unsecured web browsing because S is missing over there. Then there is port number 111, 139, 445, 512, 513, 514, 1099, 2049, and check out the port number 3306, which is actually MySQL port. That is again should not be opened. Then port 5432 TCP again open with Postgres SQL. So this is onto any cloud or any server. If you have put your database, then directly that can be exploited. Then port 5900 again TCP VNC. Even similar some more ports are there. Okay, so first 1000 ports are registered port, means their job, whatever that port is for a specific purpose and no one can alter that. Let's say port number 21 and 22, so I cannot use port number 22 for any other purpose than SSH, while other ports after 1024, all those are variable. And after port number 5000 or 10000, rest of 65000 ports are actually dynamic ports. Dynamic port means they can be utilized as and when required by any application which is running in your computer or in your system. So let's say immediately I have installed one software, and that software is actually uh, doing PDF to document conversion. So if I'm having PDF to doc converter software, that software may utilize certain ports for their own communication purpose. So no problem, but that should not be the registered port. And if it is meant for registered port, then they have to use only those ports. So port number 22, 21, 23, such ports are very, very vulnerable port. It should not be open towards the internet. That is not good. Okay. So see, if a port is open, that is not the right way. And this is how you will know that my ports are open for the particular server. And then you have to take the proper action to block that, to do some other mitigations. Maybe securely you can close those ports. Some ports are closed, so they will not show any response. See here, it is showing that the closed ports are there and connection is refused, so one cannot access that. Let's say if I want to do port scanning of particular services, again I am using only open ports. So let's say again the command will be nmap dash ss dash p, p for ports. Let's say I want to only scan two ports. What are they? Port 80 and port 443, the second last or third last line. So nmap, I want to scan only port 80 and 443. So now I can see that one host is active here. See this command, this was the query that I had used, that nmap, this one. And after doing this scan onto this particular host has taken up this much second of latency means delay, and then it is showing that these two services are there. Port 80 is filtered, and again port 443 is there, and it is showing one host is up for the scanning. So this is how anyone can scan any particular IP using this particular tool, and then can know that what are the ports open in a particular system, and if it is a vulnerable port, then it should be avoided. Otherwise, there can be consequences for that. So this is what is going into cyber security. We have lot of tools which are running 24 cross 7 into SOC, and we are continuously checking out whether these ports are open or not. How will this port will get open even if you have closed it? Because there are multiple teams working on it. Some teams are onto the development side, so they do some development. They need those ports to upload their codes onto the server and deployment purpose. But sometimes they deployed but they forget to close that, or maybe the query they have written or software they have written, again they are closing it. So this is why we have to make sure that it is not happening. Okay, this is further part of Wireshark. So I have already taken Wireshark onto separate session. In the Wireshark you will see these different filtration packets. See, you can see which are the packets present in your network, and how with which destination they are coming and going out from your system. So that is what is called as network Wireshark. So again, if I do one more nmap scanning, nmap dash o for this dot this. So when I again utilize it for dash o, it is saying that some ports are open, that is 135, 139, and what is the server, which server is running there, and what is their support, which particular, what is their percentage that they are updated or not. So all these details I can find. So this nmap tool is actually a very important tool related to the cyber security. So this is how we do port scanning, or we do network scanning. So port scanning, network scanning, system scanning, all these are the part of cyber security. So let's say one more nmap I'm trying to do dash a. So there are various options available with the nmap. Okay, so if you type nmap dash h, h is for help, you will get all the details, all the commands, and you can utilize any one of them. Okay, see here, NetBeyond's ssn server is active, it is open. That should not happen. So these are the things they are related to port scanning and other part. Okay, so you all can refer this video, and I'll share the this. And if you have your Linux or Kali Linux installed in your virtual box or VMware, then you can even practice that.
Can you
Okay.
share this PPT?
Yeah, PPT, see, recording we can share. PPT is through Guru School. So, but I can share all the resources with which you can utilize. In PPT,
Okay.
lot of things are not there. But
Mhm.
whenever I take anything, no, I'll just share all these links and everything. So these links, everything, even OS 10 and all these, everything I'll share. I'll keep on sharing. So this is one of the video that I had shown you all from the
Hmm.
YouTube, that how exactly it is done. Same thing I can even also do from my own system, but make sure you have VirtualBox or any virtualization tool installed, and in that you install your Linux. So I have this Kali Linux services. I have installed this system.
So how to install this Kali Linux? Can you share that video also?
Yeah, again, I'll share the one complete link which will have all step by step guidance, that from where you have to download this. First, you have to download this ISO version, and then you have to download this software Oracle VirtualBox. You install this VirtualBox into Windows, and then you can, within the Windows, you can use this new, when this software is there, and it will ask which operating system you want to install: Mac, Solaris, Linux. So if you select Linux, so the moment you provide the image file for that, immediately it will understand which system you have used. So Linux, Kali is Debian related. So even if moment you type Kali, it will automatically understand which, and then you can set up what hardware configuration, how much RAM you want to allocate for this, how much processing speed, and how much, all these details will also be there. And once it is installed, it will look like this. It is saying I am using 2 GB of RAM. It is Debian OS, Kali Linux VirtualBox 2024, and this is display and other things. Storage is there, networking is there, which folder I have used as sharing, all these details are there. And the moment I click on start, then it will virtually open another system. In that, Kali Linux operating system will be installed, and then I can utilize that for this, all this purpose, for this running the tools and understanding nmap and all this. So this is how I have to utilize the system. By default, there is a password and ID which is there for the Kali. The ID will be Kali only, password will be Kali only. Once it is there, after this login, you will see this kind of interface. It is UI based, so there is no problem. You can you can see the desktop and everything out there, so everything will be there. So this is how this system will boot up, and then you can see this. You can put default ID and password. Later on, you can customize that. Make sure to change the ID and password. Don't forget, otherwise you cannot recover. Yes. So this is the operating system Kali Linux. Okay. So so here there is Control Alt T. If you put press, or if you just click on this, you will get this terminal window. In terminal window, if I say if config, so it will show me uh, slash all. Some suggestions also is shown here. So if you use this if config or only, so you will get the IP addresses which are associated to this, and what is the network or other things are there. So whenever you do, you first try update the sudo apt dash get space update. You have to first update your package. So password will be Kali. It will not be shown at the time of visible. And this, if any new update is there, that will get installed. Make sure your Kali is up to date, and then you can run the commands whatever you need. Let's say I want to run nmap command of something. So all these things can be done. So again, if I want to log out, I can just simply log out or shut down the machine from here. Everything will be safe at my desktop, and it will be within the virtual box. So this is how we have to use this. So that you can do. So start from the OSI model, then TCP/IP model, understand what is IP address, IPv version 4 and 6, then SOC, then come to this threat intelligence, how exactly you can use this threat intelligence. This is how you have to do, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that is all for today, and in the